Hello and welcome to Leeroy Gaming, where today we continue our deep dive coverage of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. And in today's video, we are going to be focusing on the Paladin class as well as all of its subclasses. Now, if you're new to my videos, make sure that you take advantage of the timestamps I have listed below. You can jump around to whichever section you're interested in. Now, I will be going over every bit of information on the classes that is available. When we look at the base class, I will be going over each section. When we get to the subclasses, any areas that are repeats, I will reference and provide a tiny bit of information, but I will reference you back to the section on the base class. Anything that is new and unique for the subclass, of course, I will go into further depth with. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in to the Paladin class. So, the base Paladin class, very important. This class does require that you start with and maintain a lawful good alignment. Unlike some other games that are kind of lax of this, if you do enough actions that are not lawful or not good, you technically can lose access to your Paladin ability. So make sure you're playing a good playthrough if you're going to be a Paladin. Now, Paladins serve as beacons for their allies within the chaos of battle. While deadly opponents of evil, they can also empower goodly souls to aid in their crusades. Their magic and martial skills also make them well suited to defending others and blessing the fallen with the strength to continue fighting. So let's take a look here. Now, Paladins' proficiencies include access to all simple and martial weapons, as well as all armor, heavy, medium, and light, and shields, all shields except tower shields. Now, you will get a deity selection. So, for example, here I chose Aemedes. That will basically give you a favored weapon and the basically flavor also of the god. Do check out my domain and deity video if you want to see all of the possible options for deities and domains, for example. Now, do note that paladins don't get to pick a domain, just a deity. I already mentioned the alignment restrictions, that it's very important that they stay lawful good. And at level 1, they're going to get the feature to smite evil. So once per day, a paladin can call out the powers of good to aid her in her struggle against evil. As a swift action, the paladin chooses one target with the sight to smite. If the target is evil, paladin adds charisma bonus, if any, to attack rolls and adds paladin level to all damage rolls made against the targets of her smite. Smite evil attacks automatically bypass any damage reduction the creature might possess. That's very, very powerful. In addition, while smite evil is in effect, the paladin gains a deflection bonus equal to charisma modifier, if any, to her AC against attacks made by the target of the smite. If the paladin targets a creature that is not evil, the smite is wasted with no effect. The smite evil lasts until the target dies or the paladin selects a new target. At 4th level and at every 3 levels thereafter, paladin may smite evil 1 additional time a day. Now, you can right-click on enemies and gather information about them, including alignment, for example. So it is a little easier. You don't have to just kind of guess, even though, if you target a demon, it's going to be evil. So fortunately, it's much easier to guess evil alignment than it is, for example, chaotic versus lawful. All right. Moving on. At level 2, things get really interesting. And this is also why it's so common to see a 2-level dip in paladins. So they're going to get Divine Grace. At 2nd level, a paladin gains a bonus equal to charisma modifier on all saving throws. Needless to say, this is extremely powerful. And since you get a level 2, Again, why it's so very popular to double dip in Paladin. You're also going to get Lay on Hands. Beginning at second level, Paladin can heal wounds, her own or those of others, by touch. Each day, she can use this ability a number of times equal to 1/2 her Paladin level plus her Charisma modifier. With one use of the ability, Paladin can heal 1d6 hit points of damage for every 2 Paladin levels she possesses. Using the ability is standard action unless you target yourself, in which case it is a swift action. So you're going to have 2 separate little buttons on your hotbar. One's going to say Lay on Hands Self, and the other one's Lay on Hands Other. Very, very simple. Alternatively, a Paladin can use this healing power to deal damage to undead creatures, dealing 1d6 points of damage for every 2 levels that the Paladin possesses. Using Lay on Hands in this way requires a successful melee touch attack and doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity. Undead do not receive a saving throw against this damage. All right, next, level 3, we're going to get Divine Health. Paladins are immune to all diseases, including supernatural and magical diseases, including mummy rot. Also, going to get Aura of Courage. Third level, Paladin is immune to fear, magical or otherwise. Each ally within 10 feet of her gets a +4 morale bonus on saving throws against the fear effects. Ability functions only while the Paladin is conscious, not if she is unconscious or dead. And you're going to get access to the Mercy system. Now, I am going to be making a separate video listing all the Mercy options, so do check that out. That will my goal is to have this up either later in the same day or the very next day after I post this video. So do look out for that. Third level, and every 3 levels thereafter, a Paladin can select 1 Mercy. Each Mercy adds an effect to the Paladin's Lay on Hands ability. Whenever the Paladin uses Lay on Hands to heal damage to one target, target also receives the additional effects from all of the mercies possessed by the Paladin. So this will basically just buff your Lay on Hands to be more and more powerful over time. Next, level 4, you're going to obviously get additional Smite Evil charges. And again, that's going to increase as we see level 7, level 10, level 13, 16, and 19. So total of 7 uses, it looks like, by the time you hit level 19. And then we're going to get the access to channel positive energy. So when Paladin reaches 4th level, gains the supernatural ability to channel positive energy like a cleric. Using the ability consumes 2 uses of her Lay on Hands ability. The energy can be used to cause or heal damage, depending on the creature targeted. A Paladin channels positive energy and can choose to deal damage to undead creatures or heal living creatures. Channel positive energy causes a burst that affects all creatures of one type, either undead or living, in a 30-foot radius, centered on a Paladin. The amount of damage dealt or healed is equal to 1d6 points of damage, plus 1d6 points of damage for every 2 Paladin levels beyond 1st. So 2d6 at 4th, 3d6 at 5th, and so on. Creatures that take damage from channeled energy receive a will save to half the damage. DC to the save is equal to 10 plus 1/2 the Paladin's level, plus the Paladin's Charisma modifier. Creatures healed by channel energy cannot exceed their maximal hit point total, or excess healing is lost. This is a standard action that does not provoke an attack of opportunity. And obviously, it goes without saying, they don't have the option to channel negative energy because you cannot be an evil Paladin. All right, moving on. Level 5, you're going to get Divine Bond. At 5th level, Paladin forms a Divine Bond with her god. This bond can take one of 2 forms. Once a form is chosen, it cannot be changed. First type of bond allows a Paladin to form a Divine Bond with her weapon. As a standard action, she can call upon an aid of a Celestial Spirit for 1 minute per Paladin level. 5th level, the Spirit grants the weapon a +1 enhancement bonus. For every 3 levels beyond 5th, the weapon gains another +1 enhancement bonus. It maxes at +6 at 20th level. These bonuses can be added to the weapon stacking existing bonuses to a maximum of +5. Alternatively, they can be used to add any of the following weapon properties: um, axiomatic, brilliant energy, defending, disruption, flaming, flaming burst, holy, keen, and speed. Adding these properties consumes an amount of bonus equal to the property's cost. These bonuses are added to any properties the weapon already has, but duplicate abilities do not stack. Um, and you're going to get additional uses of it each day, starting with one at 5th level. All right, moving on. This format here again shows the mercies. So looking at this, you're going to get 3, 4, 5, 6 total mercies by the time you get level 18. Then at level 8, you're going to get the Aura of Resolve. So 8th level, Paladin is immune to charm spells and spell-like abilities. Each ally within 10 feet of her gains a +4 bonus on saving throws against charm effects. And just like the other aura, you have to be conscious. You can't be unconscious or dead. Then at 11th level, you're going to get Mark of Justice. So 11th level, Paladin can expend 2 uses of her Smite Evil ability to grant the ability Smite Evil to all allies for 1 minute. So again, that's going to be 10 rounds. It's a long time in this game. Using her bonuses as a swift action, the Paladin chooses one target within sight to smite. If this target is evil, the Paladin's allies add her charisma bonus to the attack rolls and add Paladin level to all damage rolls against the target of her smite. Smite evil attacks automatically bypass any damage reduction the creature might possess. In addition, while Smite Evil is in effect, Paladin allies gain a deflection bonus equal to charisma bonus of the Paladin to their AC against attacks made by the creature of the Smite. If the Paladin targets a creature that is not evil, the Smite is wasted no effect. So this is not a weekend version of Smite. This is quite literally Smite effect for the whole group. In Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, where we're fighting a ton of demons, this is going to be extremely powerful and very useful. And basically getting the party of 6 plus. Don't forget your pets count as well. 2 uses for 1 minute. That's just going to make your party melt evil creatures. Very, very, very powerful. And you get it relatively early, all things considered, at 11. Then you get Aura of Faith at 14. Paladin's weapons are treated as good aligned for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction. Any attack made against an enemy within 10 feet of her is treated as good aligned for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction. It functions only while the Paladin again is conscious, not if unconscious or dead. Which again, very, very good against kind of powerful creatures that may have some potent damage reduction. So that's pretty good. And then at 17th level, you can get Aura of Righteousness. Paladin gains damage reduction 5, evil, and immunity to compulsion spells and spell-like abilities. Each ally within 10 feet of her gains a +4 morale bonus on saving throws against compulsion effects. Now, I never fully understood the logic behind this because if I understand it correctly, it's damage reduction 5, but is this basically saying against all attacks except by attacks done by evil creatures? If I'm reading that correctly, that's not very useful when you're fighting evil creatures. I guess unless I'm thinking it inversely, if this is basically damage reduction against all attacks made by evil creatures, that's much more powerful. And I'm always a little confused about that. I've got some genius people within my comments every time I post a video. So I'd love to hear your confirmation on this. I know when it comes to the weapon effects providing damage reduction against certain elements, that's how it works. But inversely, when we talk about damage taken, Am I reading this correctly? Is this damage reduction specifically against attacks that are uh, basically evil, or all attacks except for those done by evil creatures? Again, I would love to hear clarity. Next and finally, you're going to get Holy Champion at 20th level. Paladin becomes a conduit for the power of her god. Get damage reduction that increases to 10/evil. And whenever she channels positive energy or uses lay on hands to heal a creature, you heal the maximum possible amount. So obviously, this capstone, if you get to level 20, pretty powerful. The most powerful element is that maxed out lay on hands. By the time you get to 20, DR10 evil is going to be pretty good, but really just having a reliable maxed out heal is going to be really, really good because you're going to have tons of uses of lay on hands by level 20. So that is the base class. Now, let's take a look at the subclasses. So, first subclass, Divine Guardian. So Divine Guardian devotes herself to the protection and guardianship of one creature at a time, but be that her liege lord, an allied cleric, or an innocent facing overwhelming danger at the hands of evil. Divine Guardian devotes herself to the concerns of the material world, eschewing some divine studies. She does not gain access to divine spellcasting. So, again, sacrificing the casting element. It's a pretty significant sacrifice. So, level 1, you're still going to get your normal paladin proficiencies. You're still going to get to choose a deity. Just it means that starting with level 4, you're not going to be getting any paladin spells. You still have the same alignment restrictions. Got to be lawful good. You're still going to get Smite Evil as the normal paladin base class, and that progresses normally. At level 2, you're still going to get Divine Grace as normal. Now, here are the two big differences. First, you're going to get Guardian Hands instead of lay of hands. So beginning second level, a paladin can heal wounds, either her own or those of others, by touch. Each day, she can use this ability a number of times equal to 1/2 her paladin level plus charisma modifier. With one use ability of this ability, paladin can heal 1d6 hit points of damage for every 2 paladin levels she possesses. Using the ability is standard action, unless the paladin targets herself or her divine troth, in which case it is a swift action. Despite the name of the ability, paladin only needs 1 free hand to use this ability. Alternatively, paladin can use the healing power, deal damage to undead creatures, dealing 1d6 points of damage for every 2 levels the paladin possesses. Using lay on hands, this way requires a successful melee attack, touch attack, and doesn't provoke attack of opportunity. And undead do not receive saving throw against the damage. And this is the divine troth that is referenced in the guardian hands. So level 2, divine troth. Once per day, the divine guardian pledges her protection to a willing creature for the day. So one particular creature, which basically translates probably to one of your party members. All right. At level 3, you're going to get divine health, and that is normal as the normal base class. You're going to get courageous defense, which is different. 3rd level, divine guardian can intercept attacks directed at the target of her divine troth, as if she had the bodyguard and in harm's way feats. The divine guardian's aura of courage does not grant a bonus to allies within 10 feet, but still grants her immunity to fear effects. So again, you're immune, but no more plus for on saves for against fear effects for the rest of the party. You're still going to get access to mercies starting at level 3, so you're going to have normal progression for that. Then you're still going to get channel positive energy as normal at level 4. And it looks like you're also going to get Just want to make sure. So we're going to get the Divine Bond. Now, this could be based off the descriptor here. It's telling you you have access to 2 Divine Bonds. One is to form a bond of a weapon. And normally, and this is a bit of an addendum to the base Paladin class read through, but normally the second option is to summon a steed. Basically, summon a horse. And so I don't know 100% if that is the fact here at level 5. I'll have to do some further testing, but it should provide you with that option, either or. I know that's pretty standard with the PNP, and it does kind of reference here just on the character creator. It doesn't let you see that far. When I do, and this is a little hint to the future, when I do my level 1 to 20 build out videos for the classes and subclasses, this is something we're going to be able to see as I create the characters every single level. So that's going to be interesting. But again, same Divine Bond option as the base class. I didn't mention the Divine Steed in that, my mistake, but do note that should be an option level 5. Okay, and then it looks like you're going to get Aura of Resolve at level 8, and this one is not changed. So Courageous Defense, or rather, let me see here. Yeah, this element is the same. It doesn't look like you lose the ability for the party to get the +4 bonus to Charm Defense. So that is maintained. All right, let's see. Then level 7, you're gonna get Divine Guardian bonus feats. So starting at level 7th level, and additional bonus feats at 10th and 13th. These bonus feats must be chosen from the following list: Combat Reflexes, Die Hard, Dodge, Endurance, Great Fortitude, Improved Great Fortitude, Iron Will, Improved Iron Will, Lightning Reflexes, Improved Lightning Reflexes, Missile Shield, Shield Focus, Toughness, or Tower Shield Proficiency. So right there, hey, you can get that Tower Shield Proficiency as a bonus feat in case you want to use that option. Okay, let's see here. Continuing on, you're going to get the Mark of Justice is still there. Aura of Faith is still there. Aura of Righteous is still there. And Holy Champion is still there. So some modifications here. A lot of similarities to the base Paladin class. So do make sure to check out the timestamp for the base Paladin class if you want the in-depth kind of read through on those sections. All right, let's move on. Next we have Divine Hunter. And this is the subclass that I'm currently playing in my kind of let's play playthrough. For those that don't know, I started the first 6 videos were kind of like pre-recorded, and just starting last night as of this recording, I started streaming primarily to myself right now because my streaming audience is kind of non-existent, just to be expected as somebody that starts out. But I've been doing kind of a 2-hour streams that I do upload and save to the playlist on my channel. So if you want to see how this subclass functions live, do check that out, or check out the I record and save the videos, the streaming videos, to YouTube as well. So you can check out that playthrough playlist. All right, with that shameless plug completed, let's take a look at what this is all about. So most paladins rush into battle meeting evil toe-to-toe. The Divine Hunter prefers to engage evil from afar, striking down her foes before they can threaten her allies. So, normal deity selection, normal alignment restrictions. Now, Divine Hunter proficiencies change. Proficient with all simple martial weapons with light and medium armor and shields except tower shields, but no heavy armor proficiency. You're going to get Smite Evil as normal. I love this, smiting targets at range and then just blowing them up with arrows. And you're going to get level 1 precision shot. She can shoot or throw ranged weapons an opponent engaged in melee without taking standard -4 penalty on your attack roll. So obviously, any archer, this is pretty much a mandatory feat to have. Otherwise, you're just going to miss everything as soon as stuff gets engaged. Level 2, you're going to get normal divine grace. You're going to get your standard lay on hands. But then at level 3, you get shared precision. 3rd level, when divine hunter hits a creature with a ranged attack, she grants her allies within 10 feet of her benefit of precise shot feat against that target for 1 round. Her allies must remain within 10 feet of her and must be able to both see and hear the divine hunter to gain this benefit. Now, why is this helpful? So, if you're going to have like other classes that are dedicated kind of ranged attackers, like the hunter class, for example, or Zen Archer, etc., this isn't going to be that useful. But as seen in my playthrough, I have like a witch in my group, and maybe you'll get a wizard. It's very common for them to basically, by default, to have, for example, crossbows or light crossbows, and they are more often than not going to have some of these feats. So by having a divine hunter in the group, it basically makes it so that they're not useless in range combat. It's going to make them much more effective by this, and this is something that is automatically applied. So as long as they stay in range and your paladin is auto attacking targets, it's going to be constantly applying that to the rest of the group. So again, benefiting those that are using ranged attacks but aren't necessarily dedicated ranged attackers. So depending on your group makeup, this could be extremely helpful. Moving on, we're going to have mercies, and it does look like you sacrifice 1 mercy based off this. Again, unless there's a typo, looks like there's 1 less. You're going to get 5 of them instead of 6. Next, at 5th level, you're going to get Divine Hunter Bond. So the big difference here is at 5th level, Divine Hunter forms a Divine Bond with her ranged weapon. As a standard action, she can call upon the aid of a celestial spirit for 1 minute per paladin level. 5th level, the spirit bond grants the weapon +1 enhancement bonus for every 3 levels. Beyond 5th, gets an additional +1. Again, maxing at +6 at level 20th level. These bonuses can be added to the weapon, stacking with existing weapon bonuses to maximum +5. Alternatively, they can be used to add any of the following weapon properties: axiomatic, brilliant energy, flaming burst, holy, keen, merciful, and speed. Adding these bonuses consumes an amount of bonus equal to the property cost. These bonuses are added to any properties the weapon already has, but duplicate abilities do not stack. You can use this ability once per day at 5th and 1 additional time per day for every 4 levels beyond 5th, to a total of 4 times per day at 17th level. Notice you do not have an option here. You don't get that divine steed option. It is only this, and it is specific to ranged weapons. And then at 20th, at 8th level, let me see, make sure there's no difference. I think this just references any addition here. No, this just talks about more of the divine bond and no additional text on that. So I'm a little curious why it only mentions level 8 here, as opposed to it continuing on. My assumption here is that this should keep scaling. But again, because this is the beta, it is not uncommon to have some glitches or omissions on the actual charts. All right, moving on. Let me see here. It looks like, so here's a difference when it comes to this progression of lay on hands. You get channel positive energy at 4th, but then at level 8, you're going to get aura of clear sight. A paladin at 8th, a paladin is immune to blindness, magical or otherwise. That's pretty huge. Each ally within 10 feet of her gains +4 morale bonus on saving throws against blindness. Obviously, very important for melee and ranged attackers. You're going to get Righteous Hunter at 14th level. So the Divine Hunter Ranged weapons are treated as good align for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction. Any ranged attack made by an ally within 10 feet of her are likewise treated as good align for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction. This ability functions only while Divine Hunter is conscious. Obviously, if you have multiple people doing range attacks, especially ones that aren't dedicated range attackers, this is going to make their attacks so much more powerful, making sure that you get through a bunch of damage resistance. Also, let's I'm going to go back here because I forgot to add these, mention these two extra important benefits to the ranged capabilities of the Divine Hunter. Back on level 6, you're going to get Distant Mercy. 6th level, Divine Hunter can expend 2 uses of her Lay on Hands ability to use her Lay on Hands ability on a target within 5 feet per Paladin level. A Paladin can heal the wounds of others by touch. So this is huge because normally you got to be within melee range. It's a real big pain to have to run up from range into melee, for example, to heal somebody. But now, bam. So at level 6, you already got a range of 30 feet, and it's only going to increase by 5 every level as you increase. So this makes it very, very greatly improve Lay on Hands. So again, it's going to be, you're going to heal 1d6 hit points of damage for every 2 levels, Paladin levels you possess, and using this ability is the standard action. And also, you can do this to damage undead creatures, dealing 1d6 points of damage for every 2 levels the Paladin possesses. And it does require a successful melee touch attack and doesn't provoke attack of opportunity. Undead do not receive a saving throw against damage. Now, I just want to see here. Yeah, so it looks like you should be able to do a ranged attack against melee. It's still going to require that melee. So it's basically going to be a ranged touch attack that you'll have to complete against the undead. And then this right here, definitely don't want to overlook this. At 11th level, Divine Hunter can expend a use of her Smite of Evil ability as a swift action to grant herself and all allies within 10 feet the deadly aim, precision shot, and improved precision shot feats, even if they lack all or any of the prerequisites. The effect lasts 1 minute. Evil creatures gain no benefit from this ability, obviously. So, needless to say, same comments I made when it comes to party members that use range attacks by default, but may not be dedicated archers. They're not going to have these feats more likely than not. If you have a team of dedicated archers and archer or classes that have archer feats, this may not be as good. But again, if you have wizards and you have alchemists, you have any of these classes that will by default probably attack with a crossbow or a short bow or something, this is going to be a huge boon to the party. All right, let's see here. We went over Righteous Hunter already. Aura of Righteousness is the same. That doesn't change. And a Holy Champion is also the same. So again, in short, a ranged focused Paladin with the majority of benefits, and also very, very helpful to party members, and especially helpful if you have party members that are not dedicated range attackers that do use ranged attacks, so that basically their attacks are not absolutely and positively useless after the first couple levels. All right, so that is the Divine Hunter. Moving on to the Hospitalier. Paladins are known for their charity and for tending to the sick. Hospitalier. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. That's how I'm going to pronounce it because it sounds fancy in French. They take to this calling above all others, spending much of their time healing the poor, giving aid to suckers. So giving aid and succor to those in need. So, what do we have here? Normal Paladin proficiencies. You're going to have your deity selection and normal alignment restrictions. No changes there. Smite Evil. Smite Evil is going to be a little more restricted. There's only going to be, according to this chart, 4 uses of Smite Evil. So a little bit of some restrictions there. At level 2, you're going to get Divine Grace. That's normal. You're going to get Lay on Hands, normal. Divine Health at level 3 as normal. Let's see here. Interesting. Aura Courage, that stays the same. Channel Positive Energy at 4th, that is the same. Aura Resolve, let's see here. Make sure this is still the same. Okay, so here is a difference. Aura of Life at 11th level. Hospitalier is immune to death effects. Each ally within 10 feet of her gains a +4 bonus, morale bonus on saving throws against death effects. And again, got to be conscious and alive for this to apply to other people. Death effects, obviously, one of those things, when they occur, you absolutely positively want to make sure you succeed on them. So it is definitely a significant feature. You get your Hour of Faith at 14th, Hour of Righteous at 17th, and Holy Champion at 20th. And then you're going to get your normal Mercy progression, as well as Divine Bond, which, again, as noted earlier, you can have a bond with your weapon, or, again, I unfortunately did not mention it because it kind of cuts off in the writing here, but you should have the option choosing a Divine Steed instead that you summon if it's anything like the PNP version. Okay, so for the most part, you sacrifice basically some Smite Evil elements to receive. From what I see here, the main difference is the Aura of Life is what you receive to help you and your group. All right, and that, I want to make sure here really quick that the Lay on Hands isn't slightly different. I'm pretty sure it's the same. Yeah, that is the same as well. All right, so that's the Hospitalier. Next, we got the Martyr, because who doesn't want to die for their cause? Every Paladin's code instructs him to put the welfare of others before his own, but some Paladins take this farther than most, shouldering the direst suffering of the world onto themselves in order to help others inspire their allies to achieve heights of valor rather than seeking the glory for themselves. But what fun is that? So let's see here. Normal Paladin proficiencies, normal deity selection, normal alignment restrictions. Gotta be lawful good, baby. But you're gonna start with Inspired Courage at level 1. So at first level, so this is as in the Bard feature, so you'll notice here, I'll be saying Bard, but think Paladin. Bard can use performance to inspire courage in the allies, including themselves, bolstering them against fear and improving their combat abilities. To be effective, an ally must be able to perceive the Bard's performance. An effective ally receives +1 morale bonus on saving throws against charm and fear effects, and a +1 competence bonus on attack and weapon damage rolls. At 5th level, and every 6 Bard levels after, bonus increases +1 to a maximum of +4 at 17th level. So again, here is the increase for that. You're going to get normal Lay on Hand progression. You're going to have Channel Positive Energy. You're going to get Martyr Justice, Aura of Faith, and Holy Paladin. All those features are the same as the base class. You're going to get access to your mercies. So all 6 of them, it looks like. That's like the normal class as well. And then you're going to get Stigmata at first level. So let's see here. Have a little quick drink. Standard action. Martyr can chant hymns of faith and cause bleeding Stigmata to visibly appear on his body. 7th level, he can manifest Stigmata as a move action. 13th level, he can do so as a swift action. He can use the ability a number of rounds per day equal to 4 plus charisma modifier. First level, +1 additional round per day for each level beyond first. While his stigmatas are active, he takes 1 point of bleeding damage, which automatically ceases when he ends the ability, but otherwise does not relent even in the face of magical healing or healing checks. Stigmata assists his allies, duplicating Inspire Courage bardic performance of a bard of his paladin level. At 10th level, he can choose to duplicate the effects of Inspire Greatness. At 16th level, he can choose to duplicate the effects of Inspire Heroics. Oh, fascinating. So, this is basically making it sound, and again, because they're reusing the text of the bard, that Inspire Courage might only impact yourself unless you use Stigmata, where you have to be constantly taking automatic damage to maintain this. That is fascinating. Fascinating sacrifice, which kind of makes sense because that's a pretty powerful bonus to provide. Normally, let's see here. Yeah, so normally paladins will give bonuses against fear. It's automatically as an aura +4. This obviously starts as like +1 and it increases over levels. But really, it's that +2 damage and attacks and damage that is so huge, especially since these are going to be considered competency bonuses. So they stack really well with the majority of other bonuses out there. That's important to note. Level 2, you're going to get See No Evil, Hear No Evil, like the famous movie. The Martyr and all allies within 20 feet of him gain +4 morale bonus on saving throws against sonic effects and gaze attacks. And the ability functions only when Martyr is conscious. So that's new. You're going to get Aura of Health at 3rd level. Interesting. Ooh, and there's going to be some additional bonuses here. So 3rd level, Martyr and all allies within 20 feet of him gain +4 morale bonus on saving throws against diseases. The ability functions only when a martyr is conscious. Now notice, you do not get immunity. No immunity to diseases for the paladin. So probably the whole suffering element here. But you do get saving throws against it. Martyr's Mercy, 3rd level. Martyr can apply any of the mercies for which he qualified based on his paladin's level to his lay on hands, even if he didn't select the mercy or its prerequisites. However, when he uses a mercy he didn't select, he loses his Aura of Health or See No Evil, Hear No Evil aura, depending on a mercy, for 1 round. As long as the Martyr's aura is disabled, he cannot apply corresponding mercies. Martyr can use Lay on Hands on any ally within short range rather than needing to touch the ally. Interesting. Doesn't identify what the short range is, though. I wonder if that's like the range of his aura or not. So, Aura of Mastery, also at level 3. Martyr's Aura of Courage, Aura of Resolve, and Aura of Righteousness have a radius of 20 feet instead of 10, but the Martyr does not gain immunity to Fear, Charm, Compulsion from those abilities. So, as I kind of hinted to when reading over the Aura, so you don't get immunity. You do still get benefits like the rest of the group, but the big thing is 20 feet Aura instead of 10 is a big deal, especially if you have a split party. So if you have melee and range, and your range is a little further back, you're much less likely to have them miss the aura. And an Aura of Courage, 3rd level, Paladin is immune to fear or magical otherwise, but no, he's not. As I just mentioned, he's not going to be immune. He's just going to get within 20 feet instead of 10, +4 morale bonus saving throws against fear effects as long as you're conscious and not dead. So that's important to note. All right, you're still going to get the Divine Bond at 5th level, and you should have the choice between the weapon or the steed. Then Aura of Resolve as normal at 7. Well, not as normal. Again, even though here is mousing over, it says 10 feet. It's 20 feet, and you're not immune. Just you and the allies get +4 saving throws. You get Bardic Performance move action. This is big, so at 7th level, you can start your performance as a move action instead of standard action. Aura of Resolve, again, the modified version, that's at 8th level. No immunity, 20-yard range instead of 10. Inspire Greatness at 10th level. At 9th level, sorry. So I'm assuming this is a 10th level for Paladin, even though the text is ripped off from the Bard, so just think 10th level. 10th level or higher, you can use the performance to inspire Greatness and allies within 30 feet. Granting extra fighting capabilities. A creature inspired of greatness gains 2 bonus hit dice, d10s. That's pretty huge because even if you're, you know, a wizard or, somebody that's squishy that has a much smaller hit die, this is going to give you the full d10, which is significantly better. Commensurate number of the temporary hit points, applying the target's constitution modifier, if any, to these bonus hit dice. So that's important as well. So if you have a high constitution score, that's going to impact this total amount as well. You're also going to get +2 competence bonus on attack rolls and a +1 competence bonus on fortitude saves. Level 13, you can use those bardic performances as a swift action. You're going to get at level 16 instead of level 15. Very important to note here. Inspire Heroics. You can inspire tremendous heroism and all allies within 30 feet. Inspired creatures gain a +4 morale bonus on saving throws and a +4 dodge bonus to AC. Effect lasts for as long as the targets are able to witness the performance. And again, if I remember correctly, dodge bonus to AC is the only type of bonus that stacks with itself. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but you can have multiple sources of dodge bonus and they will stack, unlike deflection bonuses or armor bonuses, etc. I'm pretty sure that stacks, unless I'm mixing that up with natural armor. I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments below, but that could potentially be quite good. And then you are going to get Aura of Righteousness at 17th level. Now notice you're not going to get the Paladin caps. Oh, just kidding. Yeah, it just slightly moved. So you're still going to get your Holy Champion. So a lot of changes for supporting the group while sacrificing some elements of yourself and damage yourself, which is very appropriate with a subclass title like Martyr. All right. Last but not least, we have Warrior of the Holy Light. So some paladins use their gifts to focus on a holy light that shines within their souls. Within the gift of purity and redemption, these paladins spend much of their lives helping others find a true path. Unleashing this power takes patience and comes at a steep price. So let's see here. You're going to have normal paladin proficiencies, normal deity selection, normal alignment restrictions, still got to be lawful good. You're going to have your smite evil progression as normal. You're going to get divine grace as normal level 2, as well as lay on hands. Level 3, you're still going to get divine health. Again, for all these, make sure to check out my the base paladin section of this video. Aura of Courage doesn't change. You start getting your mercies as normal. Channel positive energy at 4th. I'll just go down this line real quick here. Aura of Resolve is normal. Mark of Justice is normal. Aura of Righteous is normal at 17. You're going to get Holy Champion at 20th level, again as normal. Now here's the difference. My goodness. I know this buff. I will have to test this out for you guys. I'm hoping within game this is something where the text is already included. Now, if you know what this feature is supposed to be, let me know. This may be an omission of the beta. Obviously, it's a significant element of the Paladin Warrior of the Holy Light. I'm going to see if I can go in game. And if this shows at level 4, I will add an overlay to this video with some text telling you what this element is, since it seems like it's kind of critical to it, but it's not showing right now. You're also going to get a secondary feature here at 17th level, 20th level. Again, either not currently in the game, the deity that's going to be critical for this subclass. Then at level 4, you're going to get Power of Faith. 4th level Warrior of the Holy Light gains 1 additional use of Lay on Hands ability per day. You gain 1 additional use of Lay on Hands per day for every 4 levels she gains beyond 4th. She can spend a use of her Lay on Hands ability to call upon the power of her faith as a standard action. This causes a nimbus of light to emanate from the Warrior of the Holy Light in a 30-foot radius. All allies in the area, including the warrior of the holy light, receive a +1 morale bonus to AC and on attack rolls, damage rolls, and saving throws against fear as long as they remain in the aura of light. This power lasts 1 minute. That's pretty cool. You're still going to get your divine bond as normal at 5th level. And here's Power of Faith at level 8. Nimbus of Light heals the Paladin and our allies, curing them of 1d4 points of ability damage as per the Lesser Restoration ability or spell. Creature can only be healed in this way once per day, so that's important. Power of Faith at 12th level. The Nimbus of Light grants allies the area resistance 30 to fire, acid, cold, electricity, and sonic. That is significant. You also get Shining Light at level 14. So Warrior of the Holy Light can unleash a 30-foot burst of pure white light as a standard action. Evil creatures within the burst take 1d6 points of damage for every 2 Paladin levels and are blinded for 1 round. Evil dragons, evil outsiders, and evil undead are blinded for 1d4 rounds on failed save. Reflex save halves this damage and negates the blindness. The DC of this save is equal to 10 plus 1/2 the warrior of the light's level, plus the warrior of the holy light's charisma modifier. Good creatures within the burst are healed 1d6 points of damage per 2 paladin levels and receive a +2 sacred bonus on ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks for 1 round. Warrior Holy Light can use this ability once per day at 14th, plus 1 additional time per day at 17th and 20th level. Then at 16th, the Nimbus of Light grants the Warrior of Holy Light and her allies protection from critical hits. There's a 25% chance that critical hits made against the Warrior of the Holy Light and her allies in the area are instead treated as normal hits. This does not stack with other abilities that grant similar protection, such as Light Fortification. And at 20th level, you're going to get the Nimbus of Light increases in size out to a range of 50 feet. It's like pretty much your whole screen. In addition, all of the bonuses increase the morale bonus to AC and on attack rolls, damage rolls, and saving throws against fear increase to +2. The amount of ability damage shield increases to 2d4. Finally, protection against critical hit increases to 50%. So if you go all the way to that capstone, that's going to be pretty significant. Again, a very powerful variable. We'll have to see what these 2 features here are. And again, I will test this out in game to level 20. And if it's currently included, I will add those comments. So that right there, guys, is the Paladin and all the subclasses. Hope you enjoy this content. If you do, as always, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you are the first to know when I post these videos. I got lots of videos coming out. Pretty much moving forward, my goal is to have a minimum of 1 video a day. I have a ton of ideas for content, and I would love to hear from you guys what kind of content you would like to see me create next for this game. I've kind of decided to really focus in on this game between now and release. I want this to be the source of information on YouTube for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I want to thank each and every one of you that has been commenting on my videos. There's a plethora of in-depth feedback on all my videos from some great contributors. So if you're watching my videos for the first time, check out the comments. There's been some amazing theory crafting by some great contributors. If you haven't noticed, I do little Easter eggs whenever I have videos that are recommended or requested, just like today's video. I like to throw in a little call out. So if you look at the name of my Paladin, it's Thanks Blue Dice 11, who was the viewer today that requested this video. Now, again, if you would like to help me decide what class I focus on next, leave a comment below. And more often than not, I do my best to adhere to those recommendations and requests. So again, thank you so much, guys. This is Leeroy with Leeroy Gaming. Also, if you noticed, since I have my new camera, I added a little overlay, trying to connect with you guys a little bit more. Maybe you guys hate it, maybe you're okay. Love to hear the feedback. If everybody hates seeing my mug undies, I'll remove it. Otherwise, I'm just trying to, interact with you guys a little bit more. I've been loving that portion of it. To be honest with you, I know I don't have the fanciest graphics or anything like that. I know some people have complained a little bit. Oh, I have little video edits I could be making when I stutter or mess up here or there. But again, I do this as a passion project. So I know it's not going to be perfect, but the content is passionate. I really care about what I am creating with my limited time. So hopefully you guys like it, and hopefully you will continue on my journey. Final little plug again. I'm going to be live streaming with narration my playthrough. Would love to have some of you join me. I know it's a little late. It's from 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Pacific currently because of my work and life limitations. This week I'm doing it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, based on some elements that are changing for me. I'm likely going to be changing that to Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'd love to have you check me out on Twitch or here on YouTube, either in the live feed or you can check out the replays. So enough of all those shameless plugs. Again, Leeroy from Leeroy Gaming. I'm going to see you guys next time.